everything. Mic check, mic check. Oh, perfect, perfect. I think I got the sweet spot on my headset. Keep talking just to make sure, you know, my phone does not, well, my headset needs to be replaced. Alright, so that's perfect. I'll go ahead and remove the earbud now that my mic is all cooperative and everything. Alright, so welcome viewer who's watching right now, and welcome everybody else that'll be watching later, possibly. So I figured since I have been away for a while and I haven't made any videos, it probably would be nice to at least see what I've been up to and what I've been playing since the first video, which was the wedding from my character to my real life fiance in Final Fantasy. And this has been pretty much it. I have played Ni no Kuni recently since it's released, and OMG, I am loving it. Right now I'm in a tough spot where I'm finding my butt is getting handed to me left, right, and center, but it's still fun. And I'm enjoying all the different mechanics that they have introduced into the new Ni no Kuni game. It's different from the first one, but if you liked the first one, I would definitely recommend giving this a shot or giving it a shot and playing it. I will probably upload a video or maybe even make a few videos of playthrough. So other than Ni no Kuni 2, I've been playing Minecraft. And I hopped into a new world, and yes, I'm cheating with flying mode and everything, but this is like a creative world, and I love doing creative things, mostly with Minecraft. I have done a few survival mode stuff, but I'm not really that great at survival mode. Would definitely like to try out adventure mode at some point if I can figure out how the mechanics of it works. I know you're only able to use certain tools to break certain blocks. But I think from what I was reading, adventure mode has become more of like people can create different things within worlds and then switch it over to adventure mode, and people have to play through an adventure, almost like story mode, I guess. So I have to do more research on the adventure mode to see what that really entails, what it's all about, what the different things are, just to you know, at least expand my knowledge of the different modes. But anyway, I posted videos on my Facebook page, if anyone has me on Facebook, of my build here, going through like a tour of the house and everything. So I was kind of fumbling around figuring out what to do. I made a world that was kind of testing to see like how many villages actually spawn if I have like the lowest settings for everything, so that they spawn in more areas with less distance apart. And as you can see on the little mini map that I have up, that's kind of what it looked like after I went around and explored the map so that I could see where all the different worlds are. And then I expanded the world so there's even more outside of that boundaries, but I haven't explored those maps yet. And then I decided that I was going to build a giant wheat farm. As you can see, here's my wheat farm with a small patch of regular crops here. And I have no idea what everything is. I know these are beets. I think these are potatoes. Those are carrots. Let's see, that's pumpkins, so that's melons. then I got potatoes, carrots, and beets on the other side. Same thing over here. I'm pretty sure those are pumpkins and those are melons, but I'm not 100% sure. I won't know until one pops up something. So I have a huge area of wheat right here, and underneath the wood slabs I have water, as you can kind of see through the little crack there. I didn't really like having all the water showing, but yes, I figured out that using like almost like a 9x9 area for one single block of water, that would work for the center, and then you can grow tons of things around it. So try to making it look a little more fuller. But so I've got several areas of wheat that's growing, and I'll probably pop out of flying mode here. So there's tons and tons of wheat, and it took me quite a while to make sure that all the land was converted over to gardening areas to be able to plop down the seeds that I had for my farm here. A small little patch up there, and that about covers it. This area, I just wanted to make it a little more filled in, but I didn't want to have like an entire row separate of just water, so I used squares of water instead. The majority of this row right here was going to be covered by this patch of water, but everything else wasn't going to be covered, so I just tossed down a few blocks of water there. And so that's the extent of how much wheat I have on the farm. Now, in one of my photos I had mentioned that I love wraparound porches. So I built a wraparound porch on the farmhouse here, made a kind of like a mock garage using iron blocks and iron doors, not functional whatsoever, more for decoration. So let's begin the tour of the building. So here we have like the entryway, and keep in mind this is very, very bland. It's not something I haven't really filled in a lot of the details yet, or done much for detailing, but kind of basic construct, basic materials. I've used stone, I've used jungle planks, jungle slabs, and jungle fences for the porch, cobblestone slabs, and cobblestone stairs for the porch area. And I used, I want to say that that's glazed clay, but I'm not entirely sure what it's called. It's under here. Right there. Okay, white glazed terracotta. That's what I used for the flooring here, because I wanted something kind of light and sunny and kitcheny. I'm not sure if I really like it. Not really sure. But I wanted something different, something unique, so there's that. Furnaces for like the stove, ovens. Again, very, very basic. I haven't added any furniture or anything like that for the design. This little area is the inside of the garage. As you can see, I have like the light gray concrete, which I started off as powder, and then I used buckets of water to harden it, because I just love doing that. I always think that's so fun to throw those down and then throw the water on and actually watch them solidify. And upstairs here, a little grand staircase that's a little too big for the room. Chandelier here. Here I have a craft room, which again, very basic, nothing really added. I do have a automatic smelter here, so in here there's a a chest that's connected to hoppers, that's connected to a hidden furnace to cook or to smelt. I'll put items in here that would automatically go to the furnace. Furnace fuel, which I have already loaded up. So, like, if I were to drop in, let's see, what can I drop in? No, there. So if I were to drop in a full stack of iron ore, that'll go in then, and as you saw, that started to move its way into the furnace. And with there already being fuel in the furnace, that should pop out with iron ingots eventually. That should automatically be. Yeah, it's taking a while. Where's my... Okay. Alright, epic fail number 1. Why is it not moving from the hopper to the furnace? That should be going into the furnace. Okay, so I need to fix that. I will fix that later. I'll leave that open so that I remember to fix that. Oh, yeah, I wasn't done toward it. Okay, so up here is the study, which is pretty much this is like the only fully furnished room in the building. So I have a chest here, which has nothing in it just yet. I've got a few armor stands for decoration, which I might throw items on. I've got an enchanting table and tons of books to supply it. There's a set of ladders here up to the attic, which is completely empty. Again, I have not filled anything in other than the study. I think that's the only one that I've actually really worked on. Alright, there's the study, and then this I really haven't done much with. I figured it might be a bedroom area. Something to, like, I have like a bedroom here, and then I don't know what here, probably like a mini lounge or something. And that about covers the build of the farmhouse. And that's wow, it takes less time to show off the build than to build it. But anyway, that's the farmhouse that I built. Wow, lighting is horrible. For my video anyway, for my camera. Oh, that's the other part of the build. Random chest for when I was building everything. So I had like everything that I picked up, I just put in here from the different animals that try to take over the land. In here I have almost like a stall for selling goods. I figured I'd have like a little area next to the farm. That way it's like, oh, grab the stuff, sell the stuff in here. This is a little more furnished than the house because I have a bunch of the different chests. I have a crafting area for crafting, some furnaces for smelting if need be, and an area to talk to villagers. And when I actually was taking photos of all the stuff that I was building, there was a villager that popped up right in this corner. It's like, yeah, build is not done and it's not open for business just yet. Man, the mob's populated with a ton of animals. Like, that area is like full to the brim. 3 horses and a pig. It's like the entirety of that little pen area. Like a little dirt deck. So, as you can see, I've got roads that connect all the different villages. I, for some reason, have this dire need to connect villages together with some form of a road. So, I have roads that traverse the lands to connect the majority of all of the villages together. So I've got this area which connects the village this village to that one all the way across there, that one all the way across there. I added, because originally I added the road that goes around the farm first. Kind of had a zigzaggy line through to this town, and I decided, well, this would be a great area to throw in the wheat farm, and I basically made the majority of this area the wheat farm, and connected this road to that road, and again this road all the way to that one, and I decided to get a little fancy or intricate and create a little well right here in the center. So I don't know, maybe eventually I'll put like in a few like little kiosks for almost like a market area, maybe. I don't know. Not sure. I usually make things up on a whim and just start going with it. It's typically what I do. So the settings that I had set up to make larger populated areas, so larger villages in shorter distances from each other. So as you can see, I have a fairly decent sized village here. It's usually a little bit bigger than normal. Ooh, an iron golem. Hope you guys don't mind my shiny moments, because attention deficit disorder and things amuse me very, very easily. A little tidbit about me. I think this one, which is the dead center from all the different towns that surround it, is almost like a wheel of towns, which are all interconnected. And this one, I think, is the largest of all of them. It spans a great distance. So I think if this were to have like an actual country or anything, this would definitely be like the capital area. Although I'm not sure where I would put like a huge meeting hall, maybe on that side. Might do that eventually. Do I have any? Oh, I have some. So not what I wanted to do. Totally not what I wanted to do. And, ooh, I have signs. Okay, good. So maybe I will like set a space. I'll just plop something down here. Not what I wanted to do. And I'll say, yeah, that'd be big enough. So probably, yeah, that's a decent size. So I'll probably do like from there being like the very front, or probably where the steps are that lead up to the, like almost like a town hall or something, or city hall, or maybe even like Capitol building. I don't know. I probably won't get it as intricate as like state capitol buildings with all the marble and stuff, but make like a little nice townhouse or something. So I typically tend to connect, like I said, like all the different villages that I find on a flat world together. Sometimes I add roads like I did there, like I connected roads that were kind of dead-end roads. And I think where I left off last time was I was starting to create an area almost like a zoo or a SeaWorld or some sort of like a museum type area that was primarily like mostly water, I guess. I don't know. Really, I have really strange builds. So that pretty much covers like what I've done in Minecraft since I had gotten back into playing it. I haven't really done much. I haven't really been playing much for games other than like Ni no Kuni recently. And there have been so many videos for Ni no Kuni, mostly reviews, that I just haven't felt the desire, the urge to start a live video just yet. It's like the first day after it released, I noticed that there was like several videos that popped up in my feed for videos to watch about Ni no Kuni. It's like, I get it, it's been released, and everyone's like jumping on the bandwagon of making Ni no Kuni videos. I just haven't had the... I kind of wanted to play some of it first to get a feel for it, see what it was like, and what differences there were in between. So I may end up doing a video eventually on that, and going over some of the differences and some of the things I like, some of the pros and cons, as opposed from the older one to the new one. May do that eventually. That should be fun. Should be very fun to do. And while I was away, okay, so I have pumpkin across from each other and melons across from each other. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So it looks like I swapped out the carrots and the potatoes, honestly, because I couldn't remember which ones I had planted where. Because otherwise, I probably put a. Let me start over again, because apparently I am tripping over my tongue right now when it comes to talking. So I probably would have put carrots across from carrots and potatoes across from potatoes. However, I did not do that, as it seems, which is fine. That actually kind of works out, because everything except for the melons and pumpkins are reversed. But that's kind of pretty much what I have fully been up to in Minecraft. I don't really do too much. I don't have any epic builds that I'm planning on building just yet. I've kind of like exhausted my... I guess you could say I have a creative block. Yeah, I'm so corny. I laugh at my own jokes. Yay! I'm unsure of any of the new stuff that they've come out with since I last really played, or since the last time I've done much with Minecraft, since before I built the farmhouse and the giant wheat farm. I know that they've added elytra, and they've made different boats. There was something that I didn't... Oh, that! Totem of Undying. That's new since the last time I had gotten really into Minecraft. I guess it prevents the holder from dying, but breaks in the process, dropping evokers. Or dropped by evokers. So that's a new mob. Oh, they added llamas. That's pretty neat. Although I do think I remember seeing llamas beforehand, briefly. Probably only attainable through creative. Zombie horse and skeleton horses, mules, donkeys, and horses, polar bear, bats. Yeah, familiar with the bats. I hate the bats. Pigs, sheep, cows, mushrooms, chickens, rabbits, squids, parrots. That's new. Okay, I do remember those, because I remember, I think during one of the tutorials that I had, since one of the previous updates, they had added those. They have like a mansion out in the woods or the forest that you can find. Endermite. Husk. I'm not sure I'm familiar with the husks. must be a villainous creature or hostile creature because it's in with the hostile creatures. But alright, just because I want to see what all of these creatures are. Did I just really turn off? Why can I not? Okay, give me a second. It's been a while. Set it to normal. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, I already have stairs. Well, now I have more stairs. Not that I really need them in creative mode, but stairs are always good. Ones that I'm unfamiliar with, I'm going to go ahead and grab those. These probably may be familiar to everybody else that has recently played, but I'm familiar. I know what shulkers are. I have seen shulkers and guardians and elder guardians, shulkers, factions. Because I know what they are. I know they look like villagers, but I don't remember what each one looks like or what they do. Let's see. Parrots. Just because I wanna. I've seen the zombie, or at least I've seen the skeleton horse. Not on here, but I've seen like different figurines that you can get with some of the different characters like Alex and Steve, and they usually come with different items. And I've seen the skeleton horse in one of the packs with an Alex, I think. So I'll grab the zombie horse. And since I've turned up the difficulty, slime spawns like nobody's business. Okay, Strad. Ooh. Untipped arrows. I missed everything that this said. Okay. So that's probably gonna just burn in the daylight. That takes a while to die in the daylight. There he goes. I'll just run over and pick up all the stuff I left behind. Since I want to get a better glimpse instead of on fire mobs, I think I'm just going to build like a little area to so I don't need anything too huge or fancy. Just enough to provide some shade and probably make it so that they can't get out. Half of it lit, half of it unlit that way. Okay, so let's take a look at this creature. Okay, so it kind of reminds me of a skeleton. Or like a really weird crossbreed between skeleton and zombie. That's pretty cool. And So I must have seen these before since it didn't pop up with an explanation as to what it is, but it looks like those can actually survive in the daylight, whereas those ones cannot. Good to know. Endermite. Small chances your Ender Pearl will spawn one that will attack you if you are nearby. Oh. Basically it's a little bug. Okay. Joker. Yes, these people. Oh, that's a Vex? That's a little fairy creature that is now going to attack my people. It's just like taking the F off. And it just went down to the ground. Okay. So it can basically traverse through anything. Good to know. And that's a Vindicator. So the Evokers and Vindicators, I think those are the things that you see in the mansions, as well as those Vexes. If I remember correctly, yeah. Parrots. Oh. Ain't he colorful? Well, sort of. Kind of pretty. There we go. Colors going. Those are... I don't know what's going on here. Kinda looks like the, kinda looks like that, Husk was looking for some, evil love in there. Okay, llamas, because llamas are cool. So I'll stick outside. And, zombie horse. Those actually look really cool. Listen to all the sounds that those creatures are making. I am easily amused by this. Alright. Set that back to peaceful. And all the baddies go bye-bye. And now I've just got a bunch of birds flying around. That's funny. Now I thought about putting like in some animal places in here for animal farming, but I kind of like the idea of having this be just pretty much agriculture instead of having like a ranch where there's animals. Although, as you can tell, animals seem to pop in and every now and then wreak havoc. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and destroy this thing because I don't really need it anymore. So those are interesting. Yeah, there was definitely a few that I hadn't seen before, so they're definitely new since the last time I had played. I'm just noticing that there's actual sound when you swipe in the air. That's kind of cool. I don't remember that being there. So now this village has like a bunch of parrots and a llama and apparently a zombie horse, which is just kind of hanging out. There's a donkey that's like peeping into the garage, and a chicken that's just kind of like spying on everything because chickens like to spy on stuff. was trying to, attempting to scare me, thinking I was going to come out of this side. The cows did not get the memo that we were in creative mode. And on peaceful. Oh, looks like there's a gathering of villagers over here. I wonder what they're plotting. Yeah, they're definitely plotting something. At least that's what it sounds like. That one's all by his lonesome all the way out there. Alrighty, so I think that about does it for this video anyway. So yeah, that's currently what I've been up to on my PlayStation, what I've been playing for games. To give a tour of the actual house for those that have seen my pictures on Facebook, for those that have me on Facebook. That's the actual walkthrough, full view of the entire house, rather than just from the different angles I was able to take pictures from. But yeah, so thank you folks for watching my video. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I will try to update and post more soon, and a little more frequently. I'm very casual when it comes to posting or making videos, so there may be brief spans of time where I probably won't upload that much, or at all for a while. It's one of those, when I feel it, I'll do it. And I was feeling it today. It felt like I kind of owed most people a video, since it's been a while, and I've had like photos of what I've been doing on my craft up on Facebook and everything. So I figured I'd at least give everybody a look as to what I have been up to. This has been about it. I've been kind of doing like mindless stuff as like building roads to all the different villages and then turning around and building an entire gigantic wheat farm from the ground up. So, with that said, this is all for now, and I'll probably come back with another video, maybe a Ni no Kuni 2 video. I may start a new game and go from scratch from the beginning to where I'm at, or sort of, and go from there. So until then, this has been fun, and welcome to the Jade Dynasty, for those of you that are new. Until next time, take it easy and have fun and be creative.